So basically, 3 ingredients, 4 if you include the cumin. Really simple, and it's pretty quick and easy to do. You just pull the carrot out of the fridge and grab the dates and sun-dried tomatoes, pop them in the food processor, and scream like that.
Oh yeah, it's double organic.
Pleased to be returning as your MC for Vegfest London. Now, our next chef's discovery of a vegan and raw diet was born out of necessity. A necessity to live life fully instead of just exist. As a child, John Kozak was afflicted with many ailments, and taking prescription medication to treat his symptoms never quite got at the root of the problem. Desiring a fuller and healthier life, he looked to his diet, realizing significant changes needed to be made. He previously came from a junk food-fueled existence, that is a direct quote, and his transition, of course, then was gradual with small changes along the way. It wasn't until 5 years ago, when he fully embraced the power of the raw vegan lifestyle, did he achieve his true goal of wellness. So give it up for John, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
He has generously sponsored his cooking demo today, has a vendor booth at our event, and will be selling copies of his book, Nuts About No Nuts, following his presentation. Here to share with us the secret of making rocking foods like his infamous Rocco Taco, here is John, owner of Double Organic and Live Food London.
Thank you. Definitely appreciate the puns. I like puns. Maybe I'll throw some puns in here if I can think of something. I like to know the audience a little bit, so start by telling me all your names. How many vegans in the house? Raise your hand. How many vegetarians? How many people who are meat eaters and all that stuff? Yeah, they're like, oh, they put their hand up. Oh, my hand up too. How many breatharians? Any breatharians? No? I usually get 1 or 2 breatharians who come to the demo because they're like, I don't eat food, but I just breathe it in. So, today I'm making my Rocco tacos. Several years ago, started coming up with recipes and stuff, and I wrote my book, Nuts About No Nuts, and this was probably one of the first recipes that kind of was good enough to be in the book. All the other ones, you wouldn't want to eat those. And so all it is, well, you would know what it is if you came last year and I was giving out as samples. I figure I gave about 2,500 sample portions out. But anyway, all it is a lettuce leaf with a taco meat, salsa on top, and a sour cream that I'll be making with young coconut. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that I forgot an ingredient, and people are saying, and it's not an ingredient that's just over there. And I was thinking in my head that I would say something as a joke like, oh no, I forgot something, but I actually did forget something. But I was going to spin it like, you know, just kidding, the thing I forgot was love, because gotta put love into your food, right? But the joke's on me, because I actually did forget that thing. But I can still tell you that you have to put love into your food, because if you don't put love into your food, then it can't love you back. And I think that a good way to put love into your food is to make it yourself. And I don't know how much love you could put into a TV dinner in a microwave on medium-high for 5 minutes. 5 minutes of medium-high love. We want our love to be at the highest level. Raw foods. But I'll be able to make some stuff. All right. So, I have some pre-chopped tomatoes and onions that I'm gonna throw in here. Then I'm gonna chop up some other tomatoes, you know, in case you don't know how to chop up a tomato. Does anyone not know what a tomato is? I've had those types before. It smells oniony up here. Alrighty. Next, I'm going to put some cilantro into our, it's rather unstable. Those cooking elements are unstable. I have no use for a cooking element. Can't even put stuff on top of it. Well, can you see through this? No, I didn't think so. If you did, that'd be cool. So I'm just going to chop up the cilantro to put into our salsa. When you get good at a recipe, you get quicker at it. And so making a recipe like this really doesn't take that long. Probably in the ballpark of 30 minutes to 45 minutes, 2 hours if you have no clue what you're doing. I hold the knife this way. Started with 10 fingers, ended with 3.5. It's okay. It's just a flesh wound. So I'm just going to stir this up and the salsa's done. Normally, in a TV show, they'd be like, oh, through the magic of television, it's done. And I always wondered how that was. They did one before. It took me a while to figure that out. But in a raw food demo, there's no television. It's through the magic of kale vision that I made this salsa very expediently for you. But maybe you've chopped tomatoes before. I hope you've chopped tomatoes before. I hope you've eaten tomatoes before. I hope you've eaten a fruit or a vegetable before. Still be your friend if you haven't. But a way that I've discovered that, well, first of all, if you're chopping a tomato, highly suggest a serrated knife. That's going to make it a whole lot easier than if you just have like a straight edge. And so here's the tomato top where the stem comes out. All I'm going to do is cut probably like 3/4 of the way down, but not all the way through. And there's a couple ways you could do that. I could cut through, and then my knuckle hits the cutting board, and it's a sort of predetermined distance, and then that prevents me from cutting through the tomato. So I'm just going to cross hatch, and now the tomato's like attached, but it's apart, and now I can just slide the serrated knife like that, and so it's pretty quick and easy to chop and dice tomatoes. Then you can finish the remaining tomato off by just kind of chopping little slices, and that's that. I think I broke the world record last night, this morning, for the longest consecutive raw food prep ever. I started at 6 in the morning yesterday, and at 2 a.m. I was done. Now, if you think that slicing tomatoes this way is the best thing since sliced bread, now you're going to start saying, that's the best thing since sliced tomatoes. You can slice something like this anyway. It could be an onion, it could be virtually anything like that. For tomato, this is, I think, the quickest way to slice it up. And if you're doing something in an inefficient way, you're not going to do it again or not for long. You know, you might make a recipe once, but then it's like, oh, that's the last time I'm chopping up tomatoes to make a fresh salsa. But if you can fill a bowl like this in 10 minutes or 5 minutes, then you're much more likely to come home from work and chop those tomatoes up, chop the onions up, chop the cilantro up, unless you're those people over there. Yeah. And then it's done. And you can season it however you like, and get your lettuce leaves, such as these ones, and fill them up. So now I'm going to make the taco meat, which I did not forget, thankfully. And so this is a base for making your taco meat, but you can add other things to it. Child-proof, which makes me a child. So I have some cumin, some carrots, some dates, and some sun-dried tomatoes. So basically, 3 ingredients, 4 if you include the cumin. Really simple, and it's pretty quick and easy to do. You just pull the carrot out of the fridge and grab the dates and sun-dried tomatoes, pop them in the food processor, and scream like that. What? I told him, when I'm about to say, you're gonna scream. Aah! I think Arnold's in the building. Aah! Get to the ties. I'm so bad at that. I made an attempt. So what we're going to do is put our dates in, as well as our sun-dried tomatoes. The dates are pre-pitted. I took them out. So this is nice and quick and easy. You know, I don't really like to measure my recipes. We're kind of off of ratios. Like, oh, if I put a handful of dates in, I can put a handful or 2 of sun-dried tomatoes in. What the dates do is they help stick everything together. And you might think, whoa, if you're putting dates in there, isn't that going to be like super sweet? And it's really not sweet. And you're going to try this, and you might taste a subtle sweetness, but not that much. And another one of these child-proof containers. We're just going to put our cumin in, and then away we go. This will be a bit noisy. Give you a play-by-play. So we're chopping up the sun-dried tomatoes and the dates, and because the dates, they have a little bit of moisture to them still, even though they are a dried version of the fresh fruit. And if you've ever had a fresh date, you're very lucky because it tastes awesome. But the date is kind of gooey and it's got some moisture in it. The tomato, a bit more dry, and so when you mix them all together, the date's going to help kind of soften the harder dried tomato. But we can also, so I'm just putting on the shredding attachment on the top. My food processor allows me to put my S-blade in and put my chopper in at the same time. Some food processors, they have all these crazy attachments. They have these arbors that you have to take this out and put this in, and all these little parts. You have to stack a bunch of parts up to put things on, and you lose them. They're tough to clean, and then you don't use these. I use this fairly frequently because it's easy to clean. When buying a food processor, I think ease of cleaning it is a really important factor. And this was cheap. This was like 60 bucks, 5-year warranty, and I abuse it, and it's lasted me. So just like the date was basically helping soften the tomato, the carrot's moisture is now going to get shredded up and also mixed in with the drier goods. So I can have my S-blade turning while I'm chopping, or while I'm shredding, and that allows I'm proud to announce the release of my free raw recipe app. Do you want over 100 original raw food recipes in the palm of your hand? Click the links to download or search DoubleOrganic on your phone. Oh yeah, it's DoubleOrganic. Did you know I offer raw food coaching? Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Got epic recipes, fitness, and raw food motivation. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Whoa, look at all those recipes. Those look tasty. Give me some of that.